So sorry for the muted mic, guys. Welcome to another Casey Streams. This is Lauren Explore, and since it is the Cantha, or the Lunar New Year, nothing to do with Cantha, but it is making people think about Cantha, so I thought we'd do a little bit of lore about Cantha. So, oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for being dumb. It's because I have been sick. I didn't attend the last Guild Mag podcast because I wasn't feeling well, and I'm really sorry about that, but let's hope this stream isn't so dumb. I started off on a very bad footing, but we will power through, won't we, guys? So let us go into Guild Wars. Yes, well, today I kind of wanted to talk about Cantha. It's one of those things where it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the Lunar New Year, but obviously the Lunar New Year was put into the game because of our new Chinese audience playing Guild Wars, and so this was kind of to celebrate the new Lunar New Year and the Year of the Ram, which is this year. And I was actually, or the sheep or the ram, I was actually born in the year of the sheep and the ram. Not this year, obviously, many years ago. Oh no, and now my overlay has completely broken down because it likes to just do that to me. So let me try and fix this. It's not gonna fix itself, is it? Golly gosh. And now my cat is really upset about something for some reason. Yeah, okay, this is not gonna work. So I'm so sorry, guys. I have to kind of fix this up every time. It works perfectly fine, and then as soon as I start streaming, it's like, no. Pop out. Let's do this. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties and everything. Oh my god. Not talking with the mic on. I think the day that I stop muting my mic, someone is going to think that I've been replaced. Alastarix, a terrible name, says your immune system is quite something. Thank you. I have a terrible immune system. I'm really lucky. I don't get sick very often, but when I do get sick, I get really sick, and the brain breaks down. It really does. I tried to do some recordings for my YouTube channel, and it was just the most awkward experience. I'm so looking forward to that video coming out because I'm just like, la 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 la, what's going on? Oh my god, am I recording a video? Oh, something's going wrong. Yeah, anyway, but let's get this all under control, shall we? Like this, and let's do this and then this, and see if this works. Does that work? No, it does not. Oh my gosh, I am having so much trouble with this overlay. So I'm starting to think I might have to tell some Traherne jokes to get you guys back on my side again. I really love Traherne jokes. They're the best. So why is this not working? What am I doing wrong? So yes, there we go. It works so well before I stream, and then after I stream it's like, nope. And then we're gonna use this, and use this, and use this. And, oh, okay, it's kind of showing up, but it's not quite right. You guys must enjoy this lovely testing of the, I love you guys. If you're still here, I love you. You guys are the best. Hanging around when I'm like this, it's a lot of love in you guys. Alright, so let's see it now. Yeah, I think that's working. Edit scene. Okay, there we go. Put this down here. There we go. And oh, my husband managed to get a little bit of better quality, so it should be 720 now, which is amazing. I'm so happy about that. He is a wizard when it comes to computers. So there we go. I did it. Oh my god, I'm so happy. So that should be working quite nicely now. So let's jump this up to, is that 60? No, that makes it worse. So let's try it to 40. There we go. Oh my god, thank you guys for hanging in here with me. You guys are the bomb. Absolutely the bomb. You guys are absolutely lovely. Let me go do this and do this. Oh my god, we did it! Oh my god, we're finally here. We're finally here. Yes! Okay, so talk about Cantha. Let's start over. Welcome to Casey Stream. This time we're going to be talking about the new Lunar New Year, and from that we're going to talk about Cantha because it is related to all things Canthan. This new Lunar New Year is going to be, it's got a real Canthan theme to it, and it's making everyone think about Cantha. So we're going to talk a little bit about Cantha and discuss its awesomeness. So just a reminder, guys, please talk to me in chat. I love talking to you guys. This is a discussion, so if you have something to say about Cantha, or you don't like my opinions, or you have your own own plans, own ideas, let me know. I'm just laughing because Aladesk in chat said Lunar New Year, which is totally something I would say. Lunar New Year, Lunar New Year. See if I can say that 5 times fast. Lunar New Year, Lunar New Year, Lunar New Year, Lunar New Year, Lunar New Year. God, that was tough. Good was to Lexi says, drinking again, Casey. I wish I was drinking this. It literally cripples me when I am sick. I become as dumb as 2 bricks. So yes, I'm right here. Because I was just looking at this desert gate here. Fazum says drugs are bad. Okay. So yes, I was just at the gate here because I was looking at a crystal desert here, and this is actually a gate to the crystal desert through here, and it was just really interesting because not many people know that this gate exists. So there's Desert Gate Guard, and if we talk to the Desert Gate Guard, this gate is closed for the security of Evanhawk. I can't let anyone without orders from Captain Samuelson or Queen Jenna herself. Why exactly? This gate serves a barrier against the crystal desert. Letting you through would be condemning you to death. Dark events have befallen the desert. What dark events? Truth be told, we don't know exactly. We've only heard whispers. We've been unable to reach Alona since the last refugees fled the desert to Divinity's Reach. So yeah, that's not related at all to Cantha, but I was just here and I just wanted to let you guys know. By the way, I think between the last stream, I got all my luminous gear. I think that was in between. Yay! I'm so happy about getting my luminous gear. I got the Wings of Dwayna, which also made me very happy. Have you seen how expensive those recipes have become for the Wings of Dwayna? Oh my god, I brought them when they were like 8 gold each. And I think they're up to like 90 gold each. That's insane. But yes, so we're going to talk a little bit of Cantha today. So let's start off where all the fun is, in the Crown Pavilion, where all this Lunar New Year is heading off. Yeah, so this is, if you don't know much about Cantha, it's totally fine. There's not really much about it in this game. Hi Vazberg! Oh, I should have known. This is exactly Vazberg, bait. Vazberg is this awesome artist in the Good Wars communities. I had the pleasure of interviewing him for the Guild Mag last episode, last issue, I should say, issue 13. There's an awesome interview in there with him, and he did some custom artwork for the issue. So Vazberg, if you want to put a link to your website, that would make me really happy. But yes, Vazberg loves Cantha. Everything he draws is Cantha. So this is awesome. So this is Vazberg bait, this episode right here. And yes, so oh my god, look how pretty this is. There's no one here. There's always people here. Did I get into a new overflow? because this is creepy. There's always people here at this vendor.
May Dwayna bless you.
I can't buy any envelopes, damn it. So yes, so if you don't know about Cantha in Guild Wars 2, if you're very new to the lore, it is totally fine. There's not really much about it in game. There is mentions about it, but it's nothing that you really particularly is screamed out at the player. So yeah, so Cantha is actually, there's 3 main continents to Tyria, and they happen to coincide with each release in Guild Wars. So this here is Tyria. This massive continent here is the continent of Tyria, and also the planet is also named Tyria. Confusing, yes, totally. It's like a continent on Earth being called Earth. And so down here, much south here, past the Crystal Desert around here, is Ilona. And even further down, way more than we can see, this is the unending ocean down here. Even further down is another continent called Cantha. And so Tyria came out with the original game, the original Guild Wars game, and then and then Factions came out. I'll get the box actually. Oops. And then Factions came out, and this is where Cantha was introduced into the Guild Wars mythology. Then Ilona came out with oh my gosh, my brain is broken. Someone in chat will tell me what that third one was called. Oh. It's something like sun related, isn't it? I can't remember. But yes, so oh my gosh, I should not be doing episode. But guys, I'm persevering for you guys because I really want to talk about Cantha, and I love this Lunar New Year. So Nightfall, thank you Phasm. The Ilona came out with Nightfall. Eye of the North was completely different. That kind of went more into the north. That went into the more into the Shiver Peaks. Yeah, more into the Shiver Peaks. But today we're going to talk about Cantha. So yes, Cantha came out in the Factions campaign, and it was super Asian themed. It had very East Asia influences to its design. It's not particularly Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, anything like that. It's kind of an amalgamation of them all. Very similar to how, you know, I think Ascalonians were amalgamation of Europe, and I can't remember what Kreider was amalgamation of. But there's just this amalgamation of Asian influences, so they very much did have this kind of celestial animals and these things like that. Oh yes, sorry Phasm, you were just mentioning that Eye of the North wasn't mentioned yet. Yes, by the way guys, please call out any lore that you particularly might know or felt I've missed, because together we can, like, I can't possibly know everything. Also, I only thought about this topic earlier today because I've been sick most of the week, so I've done my best to kind of re-immerse myself in the lore. But if you have any lore you'd like to add out there, I will call out your comments and together we will educate the world. It's absolutely wonderful. But so yes, so that was very Asian influence. So this is why this new year has kind of got people thinking about Cantha again. Also, Dragon Ball is kind of an allusion to Cantha, which is also known as the Dragon Empire. This is why a lot of people have started thinking about Cantha again. Anything Asian gets people thinking about Cantha, and if you know a lot of people who love Cantha, they love Cantha, like they really, like, I know Vasbo cannot wait for Cantha to come out. But so a lot of people are thinking about how they want to go back to Cantha again in Guild Wars 2, not just, you know, from Guild Wars 1. Also, I have to just mention, I also have to mention that any law that I might have for Guild Wars 1 for Cantha from Guild Wars 1 might not apply anymore. This is just lore from the first game. In the second game, they've given us little bits of lore, but they haven't given us anything big because basically what happened is Cantha has been completely cut off from the rest of the world, and so no one in Tyrian really knows very much about what's going on in Cantha. So this is why, you know, some of the lore might not be exactly the same. It might have changed to now, but we don't know. So I'm drawing a lot of lore from Guild Wars 1. So Alistair! Oh my god, I figured it out. Alistair says this event looks very similar to the Cantha New Year, which they did in Guild Wars 1, and Phasm agrees that it did feel the same. So yes, this is all the red lanterns is very Canthan or themed and stuff like that. And if you look at any or thing from Cantha, you'll know that it's very Asian-y, very that sort of thing. So we should start with a lot of the information I have to say, just for clarity and for everyone to know what's going on. A lot of this information will be coming from the Wikipedia, because the people in the Wikipedia, Guild Wars 2 Wikipedia and Guild Wars 1 Wikipedia are amazing. They do such an amazing job. Their writing is astounding, and they don't get as much love and praise as they should, but I'm going to be taking a lot from that, and also I'm going to be taking along a lot from the factions manuscripts. What is really cool about this is they don't really do this anymore, but this was kind of like the player book, and they don't do this anymore, which is really sad. But the player book is kind of like instructions on how to do the game, but they put a lot of lore into this as well. So I will be reading a lot from this as well, because I did add a lot of things to that. What we know, I'm going to start with what we know from the original, for what we know in Guild Wars 2. So what we do know is that Cantha has been completely cut off. Vasmek says, the official handbook, I still keep that under my pillow. So what we do know is Cantha is completely cut off from the rest of Tyria or from anyone else. Welcome to the stream, Angel, so good to see you. What happened was, basically Cantha became an isolationist country. The Emperor Usoku decided to cut rules. He kind of was this great ruler that unified the country. If you play Guild Wars 1, you will know about the Kurzweek and the Luxon factions. He defeated these factions and kind of, instead of letting them be their own separate autonomous groups as they were in Guild Wars 1, he has now established them back into a whole nation. And he kind of he had the support of the Ministry of Purity, which was a faction that had gained a lot of power and momentum in Guild Wars 1, and he kind of, with all this power, he kind of was able to unify the country and, you know, killing off all the afflicted and, you know. But he also didn't just stop at the sick and the rebels. He kind of got rid of other non-humans such as the Tengu, and the Tengu are a big part of Canthan lore as well. So then eventually he started to kind of do these isolationist policies. Angel actually mentions you get to meet this Emperor Usoku in Guild Wars 1. That is awesome. I did not know that. And so he started to isolate his country from other things, kicking out the Tengu, isolating, and he basically started to exile anyone who didn't agree with his policies. So he had a very the Guild Wars Wiki says that his regime was ironclad, tyrannical and fierce. So not a great leader. So he was so anyone who did not agree with him was exiled from their homeland, and they were forced to leave to other countries such as Alona and Tyria.
I pray for the future.
So at the moment, we kind of have no idea what's going on with Cantha. The only reason that we know that Cantha still exists is because sailors wash up on the shore of Tyria or something like that. We don't, apart from that, no ships are getting through to Cantha. We don't have any diplomatic contact with Cantha. We are kind of in the dark. The original geography of Cantha was 4 main regions. They had the Singji Island, was a large island off the west coast. I'm reading this from the wiki because they did such a great job of describing this. A large island off the west coast of the continent had been declared the Imperial National Park. It is a farmland that produces food for the entire empire, and it is home of the Singji Monastery, a haven for those who are gifted but have no noble title. This is where you will start out in Guild Wars 2, Guild Wars 1 factions. This is where you start out. The other large area is Kaineng City, a gigantic sprawling metropolitan area-sized city with overcrowded population density that covers nearly a third of the continent's landmass. It is a political capital of Cantha. And Angel says, I'm surprised you aren't walking around in Guild Wars 1 Cantha. That is such a good idea. I should have done that, but this is a Guild Wars 2 stream, and I actually was going to play a little bit of Dragon Ball while I'm trying to do lore, just to make my brain work hard. So one thing I mentioned, I loved Kaineng City. Something about Guild Wars 1 is it really made it feel like a slum metropolitan. I mean, not all of Kaineng City was rich. There were rich parts of Kaineng City that had these beautiful ornamental kind of like this this thing where this architecture, I should say, and it was very beautiful. It reminded me very much of traditional, very luxurious China and all that, but there was also areas in Kaineng City that were oh, thanks for joining us, Phasm. Great to have you on the stream. I hope I see you next time. There was also slums, like these sprawling kind of wooden thatched high rises that go very high, and there was also a bit of concept art that was released I think a year or two ago or something like that, at one of the areas that, at one of the shows that looked very Canthan, and so, but it was kind of like these high-rise metropolis, and it kind of had this overbearing feeling to it, which was really cool, and I really like the idea that Cantha is still kind of like this, you know, metropolitan, absolutely high-rise, tons of people crammed in together. Not that that's a good thing, but I like that idea of it still being like that. The third place was Echovold Forest. This is where the Kurziks live. It was a petrified forest in the center of the mainland, where the secluded Kurziks live and practice conservative policies such as dictated by a culture of house ancestry isolated from the Empire of the Dragon. And the Jade Sea, personally my favorite area in all of Guild Wars 1 factions, or Cantha I should say, a large solidified sea in the center of the mainland. It is home to the nomadic Luxons who enjoy liberal politics that favor a culture of tribal allegiances independent of the Empire of the Dragon. I absolutely love the Luxons. I was very much a Luxon girl. And some people in chat would be like, damn you, you know, I was with the Kurziks, but I really love the Luxons. The Jade Sea was this beautiful, sprawling, it was this beautiful, sprawling sea of jade, and it had been just paused in time. And in Guild Wars 1, you could just walk on the waves, you could, and you know, the curls of the waves had been paused in time, and you could walk around them. And the Luxons had these large animals, or I think they were like turtles, I can't remember exactly, but they used to have the the items on the back of the turtles, and they used to travel on these in this frozen sea, and it was beautiful. I loved everything about them. And Angel was a Kurzik. Oh my god, she's not going to talk to me anymore. But I love the Luxons very much. So these are the 4 areas of Cantha. The geography, and there's a lot of old maps of Cantha. If you go into the Seraph, where is the Seraph headquarters? I think it's here, so we're gonna go quickly there. There's an old map of Cantha in, I think it's the Seraph headquarters, but it is important to note that it might not, or it definitely, I should say, guaranteed, Cantha will not have the same geography as it used to, because when Zaitan rose ore, there was a massive tidal wave which, as you know, completely remapped Tyria's shoreline in regards to Lion's Arch, sunk most of the city, but also Cantha was affected as well. And let's see if we can find this map of Cantha wherever it is. It's in a frame somewhere. But so they kind of so the shoreline of, or anything of this of Cantha has been completely changed, and in the newest in the new area of the German Priory, we kind of discovered this secret map in the texture of the ground. Here it is. This isn't it? No, this isn't it. This is that? No, that's not it. Is this it? Here it is. This is the old map of Cantha. See, this shoreline was irrevocably changed when Zaitan rose ore, because there was a massive tidal wave, and it seems like a lot of the country has changed. So Weisberg has just sent us a map in the chat, and it actually shows, is this the, yes, this is the new changed shorelines after Zaitan rising. Is it? Yes, it is. So yeah, so we can see there is a lot more lakes and water inside Cantha around the shore, whereas in this one, this picture we can see here. Oh, I should try and show you guys, because like you guys can't see this on screen. Let me try and do something so you can see this new picture that Vasberg has so lovely linked to us. So let's add an image. Let's add it on for you. Downloads or desktop? No, there we go. Yes. Okay. So, oh my gosh, that is a big picture. So let's make this smaller. So you guys can see it. So okay, so this is the new outline of Cantha. So if you see, there's more water in there because of the tidal wave. The tidal wave probably completely destroyed this whole area, and then the receding waters have created these lakes. So if you look compared to here, there has been a change. So Cantha still exists, even though we're not there. It has been changed by the rising of the dragons, and I imagine when we get to Cantha, we will find that they are having their own problems with dragons. The oceans between Cantha and Tyria, the unending ocean, is considered tumultuous, and no one can get through. So a lot of, so we can't send any trade, we can't send any ships, we are completely cut off from them. So it is kind of existing in its own little bubble away from the world. So I imagine that this has had an effect on Cantha that would be very much concentrating their culture, instead of, like, because as we know, if a culture is exposed to outside influences, it will change and adapt. You can see this a lot in Earth's history, where as soon as like countries start established trade or anything like that, they discover new things, and their culture changes because they're having this interaction with this other culture, and they become an amalgamation of the two. Alistair says just like Australia, exactly like Australia. Australia has become very much an amalgamation of lots of different cultures, especially since we are a European formed country. As if you don't know Australian history, Australia was formed as a penal colony for English prisoners because they were filled up to the brim, so they started sending them to Australia. But because we do live in a very Asian area, we are surrounded by Japan and China and Indonesia. We also have a lot of people from those cultures, so we've become an amalgamation of them all. So yes, so I believe that because, getting off track, because Cantha is being cut off from the rest of the world, isolated from the rest of the world, I believe they've become more Canthany. Alistair says, we gave them all our prisoners and they gave us the Crocodile Dundee movies in return. Not a bad investment. I think you got pretty well. So I'm going to play a little bit of Dragon Ball because I've just been standing around and this is not fair to you guys. So some little things that I wanted to talk about. So we've talked about the regions of Cantha, the geography, the way that it is now in Guild Wars. In Guild Wars 2, we are being isolated, and the Emperor Usoku has a very tyrannical rule over Cantha. Oh, well, that's gone. So we've talked about that. So let us talk a little bit about little things. And neighbours. Guild Wars actually says, and don't forget neighbours. You can't forget about neighbours. Not for a lack of trying, says Alistair. Oh my gosh, I totally agree. I am not a fan of Actually, I was thinking about that yesterday. Or was it today? I was thinking about the theme song for Neighbours, which is like, neighbours. Da, 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 da. That's when good neighbors become good friends. I hope you liked my serenading, and I'm gonna die now because I can't apparently sing and Dragon Ball at the same time. But yeah, so that was off track. I'm so sorry about that. So you might not know, but Cantha has a writing system, and I'm just gonna pin the corner and my teammates are going to absolutely hate me, but hopefully you can see this. I'm going to put this up to the camera. So this is an example of the Canthan writing system. There is a writing system that is very similar to Japanese kanji and Chinese characters, and so if you don't know anything about these writing systems, they are a pictograph form of writing. So for example, to talk about the mountain, oh my god, I'm lagging actually. This is a terrible game to play when you're lagging. The word for mountain can be described, instead of spelling it out like we have in the alphabet, can be described with a picture that kind of denotes a mountain. So I think Canthan writing system is very similar to Japanese and Chinese writing systems, which is basically one character can mean a big thing, or a concept. So this is really hard to Dragon Ball at the same time as talking. So oh, someone's attacking me. Who's attacking me? No one's attacking me. So their writing system, if you go to languages of Tyria, I'm getting attacked, getting my ass whooped. If you go to languages of Tyria, you will actually find a few examples of the language as sorry guys, it's so hard to play this game. I think I'm gonna have to exit this game, but you'll see examples in the there where certain words mean something like wife or something like that. So you can actually see the pictographs and see that Cantha has a full oh geez, that person did a good shot, has a full language of their own. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I don't wanna die, I don't wanna die. Oh, that was lag. It has a full writing system of their own. So yeah, so definitely go and check out Languages of Tyria on the wiki, because the Canthan writing system is really interesting. And so another thing that's really interesting, and I might actually exit. I'm sorry, guys. Oh no, I'll stay with you. I don't really want to leave people. What the hell? But the Canthan writing system, God, I'm talking in circles. One thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that one thing you might not know is in Divinity's Reach, there was an area that was, oh, he got it. There was an area that was meant to be for the Canthan residents. If you might know that there's an Osan district. The Osan district is for people of Elonian descent. Not particularly, but you know, people tend to band together when they're in foreign countries. But the Osan district is, you know, very Osan themed, and where a lot of people from the Osan district get together. Where there was a Canthan district. Oh my god, I'm dead. There was a Canthan district where the Crown Pavilion was. However, it was the release of the game, it actually turned out to be the Great Collapse. Now, this is a really interesting trivia behind this, because it was originally, a lot of people were saying that that the Great Collapse was because that they had removed the had replaced the faction district in the game, which is totally correct. They had replaced the oh my god, I can't do this. I'm gonna have to leave. I can't speak and play this game and be sick at the same time because my dumbness is terrible. Okay, focus. I'm so sorry for this, guys. I like to push ahead and do stuff, but the quality of the stream goes down because I'm so dumb and I can't concentrate. So this area, before it was the Crown Pavilion, was called the Great Collapse. And the Great Collapse was basically this massive sinkhole in the ground, and there was a bridge going across it, and you weren't allowed in, but some people had figured a way to glitch their way in. And basically it was just a big hole in the ground. It was a big hole in the ground that not much had been done with. However, it was replaced by the Crown Pavilion. I think it was for the Queen's Jubilee. It was replaced by the Crown Pavilion. But once it was actually the Canthan district of Divinity's Reach. And there was actually a big hullabaloo because there was a picture released of the Canthan area, which was the Canthan district, which was like a picture of all these Asian inspired, very much similar to what we see here. Oh, hello puppy. Hello, did you have a nice walk? Where's your daddy? Where's your daddy? Sorry, my puppy came home and I had to give her a cuddle. I get like that with animals. Yeah, so it was all modelled, and then all of a sudden it was turned into this Great Collapse, and there was this big rumour going around that it was removed because NCSoft said it was not, it wasn't respectful. And the puppy's back again. Hello, hello. Come on, out of there, out of there. Go to daddy. But yes, it was said that NCSoft found it was inappropriate for there to be Asian-inspired content when, you know, because it was an Asian company and they just found it inappropriate. That was a rumor, and I honestly believe that it is just a rumor. I don't think NCSoft would be upset about that sort of thing. I believe, my personal belief is that they couldn't finish it properly, or they didn't feel like they could pay it homage, or that the law had not been completed or fulfilled properly enough for them to put a Canthan district in there, so they decided to get rid of it completely, which kind of whets our appetite for when Cantha does come. It's going to be awesome. Angel mentions, if you read the books, there is a crypt down there that a certain group of people in the books visited illegally, a secret crypt below the Great Collapse. Yes, so it is actually part of the books. Let me see if I can get my book. So in Guild Wars, no, it's not the Edge of Destiny. Where is my other one? I think it's in.
Less violence.
Yes, I don't have the book here. What? Yeah, so in Canthan Crypt, no, I don't think so, Basberg. I think it was Royal Crypt, but in the other Guild Wars book, not the Edge of Destiny, the other one, oh my god, why can't I remember it? Oh my god, I should do this drunk. I should have pretended that this was a drinking episode so that I could, you know, like, get away with how dumb I am being right now. But in the book they went into this crypt that was underneath, there's a secret crypt underneath Divinity's Reach, and the Great Collapse kind of is connected to that. And so, anyway, so yes, this was the Canthan district. Let's go to the Royal Plaza because they have beautiful decorations in the Royal Plaza. I love being in the Royal Plaza. They decorate it really sweet. Alistair says antibodies killing Guild Wars 2 lore. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm really dumb when I'm sick. I'm so sorry. But yes, I love the way this is decorated. I mean, look at this. It's beautiful. So yes, that was another thing I wanted to talk about. This this rumor that NCSoft kind of forced them to get rid of it. I don't believe it's true. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the Zephyrites in the Labyrinthine Cliffs. The Labyrinthine Cliffs had a very kind of Cantha vibe to it. It had a lot of these lanterns. A lot of things could be sold there, like rice wine and red bean buns. I think they're red bean buns. You know, so, and the bamboo and the Zephyrites had a very distinctly a Canthan feel to them, and the Labyrinthine Cliffs definitely had some Canthan trade. Like, I don't know what was going on there. Maybe the Zephyrites were the only one. I wish I had paid more attention when I was there. I did record some of it, but I'm pretty sure the Zephyrites were the only ones who could really trade with Cantha because they weren't going by sea, they were going by air. So I'm pretty sure that they still had Canthan influences, but I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that. So if you go around Divinity's Reach, there are people that you can talk to that will talk about Cantha, and this is really our foremost way of getting lore in Divinity's Reach, of Cantha, sorry. In Divinity's Reach there's a lot of lore about Cantha. So I'm just going to play this audio from YouTube. This is Divine Requiem has put up this video, and it's a funny dialogue between two NPCs in Divinity's Reach. So hopefully you guys can hear this okay.
It's so hard to find good Canthan cuisine anymore.
What do you expect? After 100 years without trade, it's hard to keep things authentic.
My grandma made great red bean cakes. I'd kill for one right now. Really? I bet you think I'm joking.
I hear the Commons has some. I'd show you, but I have to be somewhere else. Now, good day!
And there is someone that we can talk to, I think if there's a Canthan scholar in Rurikton who has some interesting dialogue, and there are people that you can talk to that will sell, or merchants that will sell red bean buns and rice wine. So let's go and have a look around just for funsies, because my brain is broken. I'm really sorry, this is not a great episode. Like, there's so much you could talk about Cantha, especially in Guild Wars 1. Like, for example, some of the things that they have here in the manuscripts, which is the book that came with the Guild Wars factions. There's so much lore from Guild Wars 1. But in relation to lore in Guild Wars 2, there's not so much. So if you want to learn about Guild Wars 1 lore of Cantha, there's so much, and this stream is not going to talk about all that sort of stuff. But some of the headings they have here are like the Emperor's Court, the Celestial Ministry, Ministry of Flame, Ministry of Earth, Ministry of Water, Ministry of Wind, the vassal factions, which include the Kurziks and the Luxons, and they talk about where they live, the Tengus of Cantha. I know a lot of people would like to hear about Tengus. So Guild Wars Lexi has, here's a picture of the Great Collapse showing the crypt entrance. So let me look at, oh yes, I remember this. I think in the betas it was accessible or something like that, and people thought it was going to be a dungeon. So let me just show the people, lovely people on the stream, this picture. So let's change it to like that, and it's not going to show up, is it? Nope, okay. Alright. I'm still learning the ins and outs of doing this. Let me try and add it one. Yeah, good, very much a good one, Lexi. Thank you so much for sharing this. It's so great to have people in the chat because I can only know so much. Like, ask me about scripts. So this is the picture. It should show up on the stream now. This is the picture of the Great Collapse. I can only know so much about some things. I know everything about the script. Cantha, not so much. I have to research it. So this picture here, as Angel says, this is what it was like before the Queen remodeled it. Thank you so much for finding the image, Lexi. I love being able to share all this information like together, you know, everyone doing it together. It's awesome. So let's continue on a little bit. So there's so much Guild Wars 1 lore, and if you are looking for Guild Wars 1 lore, there is a lot of places to find it, and maybe one day I'll do a stream where I've researched it properly like I did the script, but today was just like a discussing Cantha as it is in Guild Wars 2. So let's see if we can find this Canthan, Canthan Scholar. I'm pretty sure he's in here somewhere. But yes. For the original proposed Canthan district, I'll see if I can put this on the stream again for you guys. The Guild Wars Lexi has added a picture of it for us, so let's try and put it up there.
Can I talk to you for a moment?
Image, yes.
Is there a problem?
Yes.
Come inside.
There we go.
I'll tell you all about it.
So this is the original picture that was proposed for the Canthan district, and everyone was, and this is a picture that sparked a lot of debate because they thought it was already modeled, why was it taken out, and then they thought NCSoft had forced them to take it out, but I don't entirely agree with that. So I'm gonna quickly take a glass of water, a drink of water. And let's summarize what we know about Cantha at the moment, because it is almost time to wrap up, and my throat is hurting and my head is swimming because I'm just not good when I'm sick. I'm so sorry guys for how stuttery and spluttery I was today, but yes, I'm going to try and find this Canthan scholar in the meantime. So what we do know about Cantha. So Cantha, we have been cut off for trade with Cantha for over 100 years. A lot of refugees have come from Cantha, exiled by their own emperor, Emperor Usoku. Oh, this is pretty. I didn't know this existed. Oh my god, this is an awesome place for a date. Yes, cut off. Emperor Usoku was the last emperor that we knew of in Cantha. He probably is, I don't know if he's alive still, because they had trade for over 100 years. Emperor Usoku was a very isolationist. He was very tyrannical, and he was starting to, he exiled the Tengu from Cantha, and this is what caused the Tengu to take up their domain, make a new city in the Dominion of Winds, which is right here. It doesn't say it anymore, but it is the Dominion of Winds. So he isolated the country, and then when Zaitan arose, it caused this massive tidal wave which actually changed the shoreline of Cantha, that we do know for sure. Probably killed a lot of people, but we don't know the condition in Cantha at the moment. We know there is a lot of people living in Divinity's Reach who are, their descendants were refugees from Cantha. A good example of that is Marjorie. She is of Canthan descent. The katana that she wields around, or the sword that she wields around, is a legacy or a heirloom from her family and her Canthan family. And Minister Wee, kind of his last name denotes that he might have Canthan descent. So lots of lovely comments. Thank you, Vazwig. Thank you so much for saying get well soon, you're doing good. And thank you, Goodwills Lexi, for saying you should have an ambulance on nearby. I really love doing these streams, especially for Guildmag, and especially for myself. It's always a competition whether I should submit you to my terrible speaking inability to speak, or if I should cancel it, but I always have so much fun with you guys, so you do lift my spirits. And just to continue what we know about Cantha, Cantha has its own writing system, which is very similar to the Japanese and Chinese pictographs or kanji or characters. And we also know that, what else do we know? I had another point to make. We also know that there has been no contact with Cantha for a very long time. So Cantha is one of those places, if you only play Guild Wars 2, you don't really know the charms or the beauties of it. If you play Guild Wars 1 and you played factions, you know about how just a wonderful place it is, how beautiful the Petrified Forest is, or the Jade Sea is. And it is just an awesome. It was easily my favorite game of all three of them. I didn't actually play Nightfall, but I've seen a lot of it. But Factions was my favorite. So yes, this was very overview, very simple overview, very simplistic, because I'm simplistic at the moment. We should do another stream of Guild Wars 1 lore, and I should go into Guild Wars 1 and actually do Guild Wars 1 lore of Cantha, because there is just so much. Like, you can see this book, there's just so much lore in here that they have put in here, and the writers have worked so hard, and it is beautiful. And to see the JC, if you are a Guild Wars 2 player and you haven't seen the JC, it is amazing. So I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. It's a little bit early, but I'm really feeling it. I need my smelling salts. So thank you so much, everyone, for your kind words and dealing with me being all stuttery and everything like that, and being really dumb and muting my microphone at the start of the stream. So thank you for sticking around with me and helping me with the lore. You guys are fantastic. I love conversing with you guys. So I had a fantastic time, even though I feel like I'm gonna blah everywhere. But Angel says, I think Casey should give us a tour of Guild Wars 1 at the JC and Cantha. I fully intend to, Angel. That sounds like a wonderful idea. I can really get the meaty lore. Thank you so much, Guild Wars 2 Lexi, for saying thanks, Casey. Feel better soon. I will. Thank you, guys. And I promise I will feel better, and I will do all my research for next week. I'm thinking I might do the High Lake. I really enjoy the High Lake, and I might talk about that next week. But again, guys, if you have something particular you'd like me to talk about, please let anyone at Guildmag or me know, and I can consider doing it. So you guys are awesome. Have a great weekend, or it's not quite the weekend for you guys yet. Thank you, Angel says, Casey rocks, get well soon. Thank you very much. You guys are wonderful. I will see you next Thursday, same time. I love you all. Bye.